What's up, everybody? Welcome to another casual cast by Care. I'm your caster, Care. Today we have a Battle Cup finals match between ISIS and then the other team's name I don't remember. Team names don't matter. What matters are the heroes picked and how they're played. And so far, we got some good ones. So let's start with the Dire. They have the Lion, Warlock, Pudge, and Centaur, and an Ursa. So I assume, actually, I don't assume anything. ISIS, the other team, the Radiant, has Witch Doctor, Disruptor, Tidehunter, Lifestealer, and they follow it up with a Death Prophet. So just going in to all these guys. I really don't have a favorite per draft. I just wonder where. I don't know if that Pudge is going to be mid or if I would assume the Pudge is mid, since they have a Lion, and even though Warlock sometimes goes mid, yeah, he bought Ward, so I think that's gonna be a Pudge mid. But today, I learned that there's disconnects in replays, so let's try and. All right, so everybody's back into the game. The Radiant smoked into the Dire jungle, and it looks like the Dire smoked into the Radiant jungle. You know, that's real peculiar. I love how that works out. Got ourselves a lovely replay bug on Centaur Warrunner. Oh, infested wounds. Hopefully that goes away. Some good manners coming out here. Good luck, good luck. But both teams kind of had the same idea, go into the jungle early. Except for Dire actually seems like they're getting something. They got the ward here on the small camp. Radiant just looks like they, didn't do anything really. Not sure what Warlock's doing right there. They know he's there. I could go for an easy D ward. Yeah, that was a misplay for him. If he wanted to put the ward, he should have done it while he was still out of vision by the trees. And maybe set it a few far backs, maybe on this dirt path, because I know that sentry ward. Well, it would have caught it still if it was there. But it will be a Pudge mid, like I was thinking it was going to be. So, wonder why he went for the two gauntlets of strength instead of a stout shield. I think I don't know, he probably didn't go the gauntlets of strength to tank up. Probably went it so we can transition into an urn. But I don't know. I feel like that stout shield is definitely necessary since you only have one armor. Puts in work. So let's talk about these lanes. Also, let me get the last hits and denies up. So top we have Ursa supported by Warlock, and they're against the Tidehunter. And then mid lane, Pudge versus Death Prophet. This should be an easy lane for Death Prophet, but so far Pudge is leaning in the CS pretty well. And then bot lane, we have Centaur and Lion versus the three heroes on the Radiant. You got Disruptor, Witch Doctor, and Lifestealer as the carry. Well, there might be action top. No, they're just throwing out some harass, but I don't know. I'm not expecting any kills out from either team really. But I guess if there were to be some, it'd be bot, maybe mid. Mid, there's probably going to be a kill. And bot, there's going to be a little bit action. This Lion has both stuns, so they could go in for it. The Centaur went for second point in return, and they're going here onto the Lifestealer, but he's infest wounds. Is that open wounded up? That's what I meant to say. But he also has Maledict, which he might tick down to, and if not, Disruptor is going to be there with the kinetic field and the static storm thunderstrike thing. Yeah, static storms is ultimate. Yeah, thunderstrike. Gets the kill on the Centaur. That is first blood going the way of the Radiant. And I don't know. There's not much to be said. Centaur gets a wand. Oh, what I was trying to say before he died is he went for the level 2, put a point into return, which when I play Centaur, I usually save return for level 3. But, you know, who am I to say? This guy's... I mean, I could see why he did it, since he's up against a tri-lane. And so they harassed, but oh, missed it. Pudge killed himself. Poor guy. He just couldn't handle it. Thoughts of sadness just they stick in. But here comes the Warlock bot, and the stun goes out onto 2. They're doing a lot of damage here on the Disruptor, and they might be able to claim him for a kill. Just a few more right clicks. Oh, open wounds come out, but that's not going to do much. And now Lifestealer's in a whole heap of trouble. But he's just going to walk away. It's what it seems like. Good rotation coming out from the Warlock. Yeah, Ursa definitely can hold his own against the Tidehunter, at least for the meantime. The Tidehunter has his level 4, but has yet to put a point. He puts a point into Gush. Alright. Pudge looks like he's going to get the rune. Does have his bottle, but it's 4 minutes in, so that's to be expected. Death Prophet also has a bottle. Huck comes out around the Death Prophet, and now she's running very low. He's trying to Spirit Siphon up, using them all, trying to get away, but that rot, the slow is too much. But makes it to the high ground, uses a Fairy Fire. Might turn around. Here comes the hook, and the hook grabs him. Pro Mike indeed. Oh wow, that was a spectacular hook. Well played coming out from that Pudge. Oh, even the Death Prophet thinks so. What a guy. That's some sportsmanship right there. Tidehunter he should have an Iron Talon, but he doesn't. He's going to be farming jungle creeps. So very, very happy Tide, in my opinion. Happy Tide. Good Tide. But now it seems to be try versus try, and I like this try v try better than the one having a support top. Because Ursa, he really can just hit on Tidehunter. Tidehunter can't do much. He doesn't have an escape. But bot, they have tons of kill potential, as we saw earlier. This stomp. He goes for a second pointed stomp. I think that's a mistake. I've played recent games with Centaur, and I want to believe so hard that Centaur is a decent hero, but Centaur is actually just a bad hero, and the reason is Hoof Stomp is way too bad of an ability. Both skills, like Double Edge, Return, and his ult, are all great, and then Hoof Stomp just fucking sucks. It has way too long of a cast point, and it's not enough mana because you usually... it's too much mana because you usually miss it. And then it's also on a pretty high cooldown at 13 seconds. But Pro Mike, he uses his Dismember, but that's not a good idea. Witch Doctor throws a stun out. Cask might hurt him, but the heal is onto Pro Mike. Is that going to be enough to save him? He's just going to get the tactical suicide. Everything's going to be just fine. Death Prophet, not in the greatest position. She's in the kinetic field, but she can just walk right out because that's Disruptors, her teammates. Now she might want to go on the Warlock. Warlock is tankier than you think. Yeah, like I was saying, Centaur, Double Edge is good, tons of damage, and then just Hoof Stomp, way too long of a cast time, and the damage, it's only 250 damage. I guess it's decent. The stun length, that's a while, but the cast time and the radius, Centaur is just a bad Slardar. Is basically it. And you want Centaur to be an initiator, and if you get the Blink Dagger, you can never like blink in and stomp on them if they're paying attention. If they can always like blink out. Like if you try to catch an Ember Spirit, he's gonna jump out of there. It gives them too much time to react, and so that's my 2 cents on Centaur. Not really relevant. Should probably get back into the game as they are going here onto Centaur, and he's just dropping so quick. Maledicт comes out. Yeah, he's gonna go down. He shouldn't have been in that position. Looking at the game, Lion, he's doing his good deed, walking around. They see the courier. Not sure if Death Prophet saw Lion though. This could be really good as he wraps around. Oh, now they're gonna see him. The dodges the hook. I don't know how he missed, but then here comes the stun. He's gonna walk up Dismember, maybe? No, they're just gonna back off. TP rotation coming in from Tidehunter. No, it was not Tidehunter. I saw Tidehunter was TPing, but he canceled it. He had to have. But now Pro Mike, he's in a bad position, but he gets glimpsed back just as he makes it back to the well. Not good, and he's actually gonna die this time. He doesn't get the deny off. Unfortunate. Now most of the Radiant has rotated to top part of the map, but nah, just to the mid lane. Centaur just tanking up those creeps, trying to get them. Get 2 denies. Disruptor with the pause. I don't know why there's pauses in replays. Shouldn't they just automatically get rid of them? Wait. Let's skip I want to skip a little. Alright, I apologize for having to skip a little, but they resumed the game. Disruptor's back. We didn't miss much. Okay. Yeah, we really haven't touched on Ursa. Ursa is farming incredibly well. Has 66 last hits. Gonna make that 67. One more swipe. Got it. It looks like he's gonna be making his way towards Vlad's. He could attempt Roche at any time. He's level 9. What a beefcake. But top, they're pinging him out. They might want to go here onto the Centaur and Warlock. I'm not sure if they want to do that. Centaur does have his ulti if they get into a sticky situation. But here comes the Pudge. Yeah, they're gonna try for something, bot. They're totally unaware. Or are they now? The hook comes out, misses. Unfortunate. Yeah, they have that ward right there, the Scarecrow. But meanwhile, in the trees, they see that the Lifestealer's there. Unfortunate, uses his Dismember but gets glimpsed away. They're running in. They might be able to catch it on someone. They don't. And it catches the Lifestealer, but that's not who you want to get. And now here comes Death Prophet with the ultimate. Kills off Warlock. Forgot to mention Disruptor fell, but he's okay. Now Witch Doctor gets sniped, man. Gone fishing, man. This is crazy, but also the Death Prophet and Exorcism. Too much damage. Kill the Lion. Might not be able to make it out of this. She has a DD, but oh, here comes all the spirits back. I'm gonna heal her up. No, that's not where you want to be, Centaur. Yeah, put the heal on to him. Good heal coming out from the Warlock, and he's waiting. Yeah, he can't throw out the stun. It won't do anything. Here comes the glimpse. Might have been saved if there wasn't a glimpse, but the hook hooks him into tower range. A few pot shots from the tower and a few more right clicks, and Disruptor falls along with. So they trade the Centaur for the Disruptor. This Disruptor's actually died quite a bit, 4 times already. Yeah, he's in Hurt City. Ursa tried to go here on the Tidehunter, but Tide is pretty tanky. Has the Blink Dagger now. Forgot to mention that. I don't know how long he's had it. He must not have it recently, since he only has 300 in the bank. But now he's going again. Is he going to be able? Yes, he will. A few right clicks gets him. The Anchor Smash doesn't do enough reduction to the Ursa. And is there anything else going on? Pudge, failed to mention he does have an urn and recently picked up some arcane boots. So might be going for Aetherlands next. Death Prophet steals the bounty rune right from in front of Pudge. I think Pudge actually, if he would have hooked her, he could have gotten the kill. I'm fairly sure. If he hooked her and then waited around like a few more right clicks. But here, Lifestealer, he's in a bad spot. He's in the jungle by himself, but he's trying to go for this Lion. Lion's running away from the team, and he'll drop instead of Drop. What a casks! Putting them right next to each other, and they get the Maledict onto both of them. Wonder if this is going to be enough. I think with a little bit more damage, they could kill the Warlock. But no, and he turns around for a stun. Only gets a Lifestealer, but that might be just all they need. They're diving under the tier 1. They have no TP rotations from anybody on the team, and they might just have to give up. They stopped going for the Centaur and they turn back for the Warlock, but now they're in too deep. They're driving tier 2s. Dismembered up under the tower, and he's still going to live, but he eventually gets hooked. But they do get the Warlock, and now Tidehunter, he's in the wrong place. He's also going to get killed. Pro Mike with the double kill is now dominating. I don't know. Actually, Warlock, he shouldn't have held on to his Chaotic Offering. If we would have just dropped it on both of them, he would have lived, and then they still would have gotten both the kills. They're going to transition into the Roche with 2 dead. This is a good idea. Centaur has the Blink Dagger. Yeah, I think Blink Dagger on Centaur is unnecessary. Yeah, just my caster analysis of it. I don't think it's necessary, and I definitely don't think you should get it as a first item. I think the item that Centaur definitely needs is Hood of Defiance, but they also are just going to go in, stun onto 2, Rock just drop. The Exorcism comes out and uses himself up. There might be too late. Actually, the Centaur is dying too quickly. Just takes too much damage. And they might be able to pick off this Golem too. They do. I thought the Death Prophet was going to drop, but they actually don't. And wow, meanwhile, the rest of the Dire team totally missed it. They get wiped. Ursa blinks, but that's not a good blink. Alright, hook from Pro Mike. Saves the Ursa. Ursa was going to be able to TP anyways, but just to make sure. Yeah. That fight was pretty bad. They do get the Roche. So it's not too bad, but they also lost too many heroes. They could have gotten that Death Prophet. Hey, I hate to say it, but Centaur, you could have gotten the kill if you would have had a Defiance. I know for a fact, but the Ravage comes out, hits. It would have hit 3, but it only hit 2. 1 was used up, but they're gonna get the kills regardless. Ursa coming in now. He takes out Lifestealer, takes out Disruptor. I don't know how Disruptor died, but I know he did. And now Tidehunter's on the run. He's getting rid of everybody's damage. This Centaur, I don't know how much health this Centaur thinks he has, but it's not enough. Here comes the hits on. Oh man, the pause game. Is Tidehunter gonna walk into the hook and die? Nope. But an urn, this should finish him off. And Centaur with the extra stomp could have got the kill. Oh wow. Pro Mike just runs up and hooks him. Good stuff. Long cask, stuns onto them, cancels the urn. That's rather unfortunate. Might be able to bring him back. Oh, they predicted that. They thought he was going to go up. Nice hook coming out from Pro Mike, another one. And some question marks being spammed in the chat. Alright. So, Dire, even though they lost that Roche fight, they came back a bit. Got a few kills mid, and got a tower off of it. So, that's pretty good. Let's see. This Lifestealer, he's coming along okay. He's not really behind in farm. We can actually look at the net worth. Yeah, you could see DP and Lifestealer sitting about the same net worth. But Ursa, he's been everywhere. He's taken Roche, he's been farming, he hasn't died yet. Well, he's lost Aegis, but hasn't had to take any gold away. But here, just jumps onto Tidehunter. Tidehunter, he wants to get away from this, but he might not be able to. Here comes Lifestealer to the rescue, or that's what you like to think. Might be too much for the Centaur. No, he's going to be able to get off his ult, but Ursa, he drops along with it. I got Caster's Curse, man. I just said he didn't die, and what do you know? He dies. Finger goes on the Death Prophet, but it's not it's not enough to keep him living. And Pro Mike, he's also going to trade his life away. That's a wicked 6 streak going to the Tide Hunter. Going to be a nice little golden fusion. Probably going to pick up that Blink Dagger. Yes, he will. 3-2-2, and I don't think there's a better way to say it. That was just a bad fight and rather unfortunate series of events. And they might lose this tower. They really can't fight it. They don't have Rock. They don't have Centaur ulti. Yep, they're going to have to forfeit this tower. So what I once thought was good was not. They lost. Just looking around the map. I wonder what the next item here for Pudge is going to be. Has a broadsword, so I'm guessing blade mail. Another item that I don't agree with. I feel like it's a wasted item slot on Pudge. Because when you hook and you dismember and you rot someone, you don't want them to hit you. Like, you don't want them to take your damage. You just you want to do damage. So I feel like the blade mail doesn't do much. Now if he would have gone for like a Hood of Defiance, that's a good hook. Let's save. Oh man, but the glimpse back into the Static Storm, this is just not going to be good. Hey man, I'm telling you, Hood of Defiance. They're and the enemy team, this whole entire Radiant team is like magic damage. Disruptor magic, Tide Hunter magic, well, has physical, but Witch Doctor, same, has physical, but a lot of it's magic. Death Prophet, a lot of magic, a little bit of physical. But yeah, Hood of Defiance, I think, is the most underrated item in the game. It's 30% magic resistance for like 1,700 gold. It's ridiculous. And a hook from Pro Mike almost saves the Warlock's life. Instead, it gives away his position. But he's going to be just fine. Everything's A-okay. They just lost a Warlock and a tower. Nothing too much. Lifestealer goes for the Blink Dagger. I didn't see that pick up. It's actually not horrible. It's really good at, you know, getting on top of heroes like you want to do. And they know, oh my gosh, Pudge is on the top, but he jumps up there, and they're going to go for Pudge, but this Lifestealer might be in the wrong position. He's getting stunned up by Centaur. He's actually going to die, but here comes the Rock. Gets stunned out on the 2, but it's not going to do much. It's getting shredded by the DP ult, as long with the Lion. He drops 2. And Warlock, is he going to be up next? It looks like it's going to be, and so 5 dead for Radiant, or for the Dire again. Everybody's dying on the Dire. What's another joke I can make? They put the die in Dire. Yeah, that's about it. I like this picture. He's a nice happy folk, and he's cheesing pretty hard. Yeah, pretty happy. Yeah, another lost fight for the Dire. What looks decent for them, like 5 minutes ago, it was actually turned into a disadvantage. And you see, Pudge used to be above the Death Prophet and the Lifestealer, and now they are, you know, 1,500 and 2,000 gold above them. Yeah, that's a nice gold swing. And I mean, we could probably look at it in the gold swing. Yeah, it was a 5,000 lead, and now, you know, 2,500 lead for the Radiant. That's not good, but they're doing a smoke to try and get back into it. They know that the Disruptor's around here, but I mean, come on, man, you're just chasing a Disruptor. Oh yeah, they know he's there. I guess 1 kill is better than no kill, and they are gonna get a kill. All right, and they might be able to transition this into a tower push because Ravage is down. That's just gonna be how they want to do it. Ursa is going for a BKB, which I do like the idea. I mentioned how much magical damage they have on the enemy team, so that would definitely be a good pickup. And Disruptor pause the game. That's cool. Centaur, his next item, has the Ring of Health. Could be a Vanguard, could be a Hood of Defiance, could be a Lincoln Sphere, could be a Lotus Orb, could be an Aether Lens. Which Aether Lens Centaur isn't even bad. You get more range on your double edge. That means you can just like smack people with your big blade from across the way. It's fairly nice, but he might be in the wrong position, and he is in the wrong position. Gets a lucky stun. Stuns the Tidehunter before he goes in, but Rage, he doesn't care. He's just gonna get the kill onto the Centaur. And they're gonna go for a smoke here. They know where the Dire. I thought I saw pings. They might be heading that way. They look into Roche. They see that Roche is up, and they also spot out the Ursa. He's gonna blink away, and he's gonna find the line. They know that they have a ward up there now because he glimpsed them from the high ground, but they are gonna get the kill. Or yes, they will get the kill onto Ursa. Pro Mike tried to come out with the pro play, but did not do it. Unfortunate. And now this Roche is up, and if they were smart, oh man, this DP kind of messed up TP'd bot, but if he can come and use ult, they might not even need to use ult, but they're not taking it fast enough. Wonder if the Dire is gonna try and recuperate, get their team back together. They're all heading to the left side of the map. They gotta know this Roche is going on. I mean, nobody's showing bot, nobody's showing mid, nobody's showing top. They have to know this is going on. But they don't. They're just like making no effort. Either they know what's going on and they're just choosing not to do anything about it because Ursa's dead, or they really don't know. This is seriously the longest Roche in history. And now here comes Ursa. Wow, he was just about to jump in there. And decides against it. So that will be a Roche and an Aegis going towards the Radiant. Aegis picked up by Lifestealer, who also just picked up a Desolator. So he'll be able to burst people even that much quicker. Now he has the Desolator. Centaur. Oh my god, Brad Warden, you're bald. This is like King Neptune on the SpongeBob movie. This is ridiculous. Bald Centaur. Is he bald? No, he's not bald. He has the chieftain item, but he's bald. Bald in his portrait. Now that is very rude and unfortunate. So I don't even want to look at that anymore. I want to look at Pro Mike. Yeah. Oh, he's also bald. Oh man, you just can't get away from this. Is Ursa bald? No, he has a hat. Is Warlock bald? I mean, probably. Anyways, Pudge, he was sitting bot, but realized he can't fight into 5 heroes, especially when they have an Aegis, so he has to sack the tower. They are gonna claim that eventually. They do. But he realized they can push mid and try and claim a tower of their own. They do have creeps pushing in onto the tier 3. Yeah, he's gonna force the Radiant team back so they won't be able to claim another tower. I'll just get that one and they'll be done. Does go for the Vanguard. Didn't mention that. Lion has the Ghost Scepter. Going Ethereal Blade? I do like the Ghost Scepter pickup. Helps you against the DP spirits, and then also Lifestealer and his physical damage output. Those hefty right clicks. And that's an Octarine Core on your Death Prophet. So what's that put the cooldown at? 108.7. We can just say 109 seconds. But then what's the uptime? How long is that out for? I forget. 35 seconds. So it basically has a 70-second downtime. Like a 77-second downtime. That's kind of fun to say, but here goes Lifestealer blinking in onto the Pudge. They're going to use the ult immediately. He uses his Blade Mail, but yeah, Lifestealer just hops back into a creep and, you know, an ult for an ult, I guess. Though Lifestealer's ult, he can use a little bit more liberally. Centaur, his ult is kind of... Well, actually, they're both fairly low cooldown. I guess Stampede, I guess it's not that big of a deal. He'll have it back in 40 seconds, so yeah, it really isn't a big deal. They are wanting to do something before this Aegis expires. I think they have a few minutes on it still, but they definitely want to try something. Yeah, there's going to be a big fight about to break out here. Ooh, Lifestealer thought there might have been someone out in the trees. But there's not. Pro Mike, he's up in the jungle. I don't know what's happening next. Let's see how Warlock's coming along. Doesn't quite have his Ags. Still 2,500 gold away. Is that 2,500 gold? Am I doing the math right? Yes, I am. Unless he has a component that I don't see. But Radiant getting some chip damage here onto the tier 3. He's gonna blink in. Ursa gets the hook. Nice. And they might be able to claim this Aegis. Yes, they will. But here comes the ultimate. Ravage comes out. Rock is also dropped. They need to kill this DP before she gets out too much damage. And the Warlock Golem might be dropping here soon. Yes, it will. But they do get the kill onto Lifestealer, and so that's a nice pickup. Warlock, or not Warlock, but Centaur is going to be the next one to fall. It's 1 for 1 so far. Hook comes out on the Tidehunter. Fuck, I can't even talk, but here comes... Oh my god, there's so much damage! Oh, they get the nice stun out of there. Nice Ravage from the Lion. But Hook... Oh man, another nice Hook. Pro Mike. You're right. He's doing fantastic on his Pudge so far. I can attest to that. And some question marks. This is some BM right now. Look at this. All you see is question marks. Yes. So, that was a great high ground defense. They don't even lose the tier 3 tower, and they get a team wipe. Well, I think they killed everybody except for Witch Doctor. But, I mean, that's a Witch Doctor. But I thought they were going to be in trouble there because the Static Storm came out onto them, but it really wasn't that bad. Oh, yeah, right now the Static Storm comes out. Now Pudge, he looks like he's going to drop, and he will. But BKB, no, he won't drop. Yeah, he will to the Maledict. BKB comes out from Ursa. He is able to get the kill onto Lifestealer. Then he'll run away. Stun onto the Tidehunter, but it's just a zoning stun. They just want to get back. And Lifestealer, or not Lifestealer, Lion looks like he's going to be a martyr for them. So they get the tower, but they lost 2 heroes. Not the greatest, but they did claim Lifestealer again. So Lifestealer's been dead for a while. And I don't... Are they going to go... It looks like they're going to go for another push. It looks like DP is just going to use her ult again. And push in, see what damage she can get. Because, I mean, it's on a like 77-second downtime. So it's pretty good. Actually, it's lower than that. It's like 72. I can't do math. Actually, it's more like 74. Yeah, Hook comes out onto the left... Death Prophet, and they're gonna stun her up and get her all together. But the Ravage catches 4, all of them in a small place. But now the Rock catches 4, and there's just so much damage. The Fatal Bond's keeping them together. They're sharing the pain. There's a lot to go around to share. So another great high ground defense, set up perfectly by that Hook by Pro Mike. What a guy. this Ursa, he helped out a lot, you know, because that's what carries do. You know, they do damage. So that's nice. As pet Centaur. What item? Centaur. I don't know what item he's going for. Might be going for, you know, he could be going for Hooded Defiance. Also, could be going for Force Staff. Both items I would say are, you know, good. I will continue to dick ride. What do you call it? Hooded Defiance until the day's end. But another fight is going to break out. Silence onto 3. You might use your BKB. This is a huge misplay from that Ursa. Should have used his BKB to get out of that. And also the Centaur could have used his ult a little earlier, but he was silenced up, and so they're gonna lose the Ursa. Maybe the Warlock here. He tried to hide in the trees, but he's gonna be found out. Yeah, he's gonna die. So it's gonna be a 2 for 0. Did they even claim? Oh, it might be it's a 3 for 0. And they didn't even claim. I think they had the tower down before, so they didn't even get anything. Deny racks. It's good. So he wants to deny racks. Warlock could buy his Aghanim Scepter if he wanted it. And they're trying to get it denied. But let's see. This is a real nice back and forth game. Both teams are getting their fair share of chances to push into the enemy base, but Death Prophet going to be letting go of her Exorcism. They don't have Rock for another 16 seconds. They have all the other ultimates though. Silence ends that upheaval. It's only level 1, so it doesn't do much, but here comes Ursa. Jumps right onto the Disruptor, but Disruptor gets... he gets killed anyways. Doesn't even need Ursa to finish him off. But Centaur, he went in too far. Didn't even do anything really. He just throws out a stomp. Now Pro Mike, Ravage. I saw that come out and gets a kill onto Lion. Now they're a kill onto the Warlock. But Pro Mike does get his own kill onto who? I think it was Witch Doctor. But that's cool. Now the Rock comes out. 16 seconds has passed, and yeah, they're going to be able to... Oh, no. Death Prophet gets a kill onto Ursa. That's rather unfortunate, but they do get the kill onto Death Prophet. Yeah, only bad thing is they won't have Ursa for this next push. Yeah, so I don't know who killed who there. I know Pro Mike, he hooked somebody, and then they died, and he somehow lived. So I guess that's pretty good. Yep, go Pro Mike. And now Centaur just ran up to the high ground, and he gets the range racks kill. I like that. Well played, well played. And now they're just gonna chip away at the melee barracks, and hopefully they'll claim it this time. They've been trying real hard. Nope, and now here comes the glimpse back into the Static Storm. Also, Lifestealer just eating away at him. Pro Mike, he looks like he's going to drop this time, and he will. Centaur, he did have to buy back, but he still has a hefty chunk of change in his bank. He can spend that on whatever he wants. He might be saving up for a Heart of Tarask. Would not be a bad item at all. He seems to be dying in these fights pretty easily, so getting another 1,000 health under his belt probably help him live a little longer. They think Roche is up, and it is. Oh, how lucky. Gets a DD. You're just going to walk right into Roche. This should be finished in no time. You really should put the aggro onto Tidehunter. I don't know why Tidehunter doesn't want to take the aggro. Oh man, that's so weird. What is this Tidehunter even doing? Wait, yeah. They really can't do anything. Centaur picks up the plate mail, so what is he building? Not Assault Cuirass, maybe Shiva's Guard or a Lotus Orb. I don't know. Either of them are okay. I don't mind. Actually, I would like Lotus Orb better. They have a lot of things that can like be reflected through Lotus Orb, and then also be purged off through Lotus Orb. Like open wounds, you can purge that off, but you can also like let it go through and have him be open wounded. Like the Witch Doctor Cask, Glimpse, Static. What's that thing? Thunderstrike. That's what I mean. Siphon, and even Yule Scepters. Yeah. I would like Lotus Orb here, but looks like he's going for Assault Cuirass. Man, this Centaur's build it's really triggering. Press F to pay respects to my my psyche. Now that it's been destroyed by the meta breaking of the Centaur Warrunner that I have witnessed this game. It's tough, man. It's tough being me. Nice little shakes coming out from Pro Mike and from Aspet. Does Ursa have his taunt? No, Lion has his taunt. Yeah, Lion's taunt's the best. No, actually, I really like the Shadow Fiends, like how it has like the tambourines or the hi-hats, and he like swings his arm and yeah, I think it's pretty funny. And especially since like they have the Desolator arms for Shadow Fiend, and he does that. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I think they should have a taunt for every hero. I think the taunts are fun. But a nice light blue line, cyan, if you will, was just drawn straight down the map. So they have some wills. If the sun comes out here onto the Disruptor, you're not in a good position. Was that ward worth it? Now tell me, was it worth it? And wow, Pro Mike, what a player. Made sure that Centaur did not die right there by saving his life, hooking him out. And they struck a bunch of fear into that Disruptor's eyes. Let's just look at Disruptor right now and make sure he's okay right now. Nah, he looks very upset. Yeah. See that near death encounter has really messed him up bad. Yeah, he's not feeling good at all. Yeah, that's not good. This is bad. He needs some psychiatric help. But who doesn't need psychiatric help is the Dire team. Maybe this Centaur might need some psychiatric help because he's building an Assault Cuirass. But honestly, Assault Cuirass, it could be worse. Okay, it's not even that bad against DP and the Lifestealer. It's not that bad, but you know, I don't think, you know, it's the item that you build. But you know he can do whatever he wants. He's a grown man. There's something on the courier. Just I mean the courier is coming out to him, but he has like nothing to be delivered or nothing to make from it. They might be going for a push here. The upheaval is slowing down the creep wave. Pro Mike gets a nice creep kill. Get that gold infusion. Radiant, or the Dire scan spots out that there's a bunch of Radiant heroes up on that high ground. Brad Warden, meanwhile, pushing out that mid lane with his return. He does have a TP. Alright, so I guess that's what he was ferrying out to him as a TP, so he could split push mid. Now that the Exorcism is out, and it's doing some chip damage, you might want to get back. But who knows? Here comes the Fatal Bonds, and here comes the Rock! That's an Aghanim's rock. There's 2 of them. Do you see that? And here goes Lifestealer. He's in too far. There's no teammates around him. And he's going to get swiped down. First one to drop. And now the Witch Doctor is soon to follow. Now they're in the Static Storm. Ravage comes out onto how many? 3? Would have hit 4 if that Ursa didn't have a BKB. And also if that Ursa wasn't chasing down that Death Prophet. Now Ursa is pretty far out. Away from his team. Warlock with the upheaval. Kind of helps out that helps out that Ursa there. Thank you, Disruptor. Now they totally just destroyed the Tide Hunter, and they Ursa, is he okay? No. They're trying to get this Death Prophet, but damn, she's just so tanky. Now even Pro Mike has to turn back because the damage is just too much. Lion and Warlock, are they gonna have enough? They have the right clicks. The stun misses, and that's what I'm talking about, dude. Hoof Stomp fucking blows. But yeah, Death Prophet, she will drop. Very good, very good. And Ursa did not die there, so he was able to pick up a Basher with the gold he saved. Very nice. Has the Basher, and then also has buyback. So that's very nice. So it looks like the Dire, after that successful fight, I would say that's successful. They got the DP, they got the Lifestealer. Yeah, I would say that's successful. They're gonna be pushing bot, looking at their next lane of racks. They do have one mid. They want another bot. Ursa, is he gonna be able to make it down bot, or yeah, it doesn't look like it. It's gonna be a 4-man push, but it's okay because Radiant only has 4 people, so they could do it. Oh no, Lifestealer just jumps right in onto the Warlock, who's gonna TP out. Free, yeah, just easy getaway, I guess. Yeah, quick disengagement, and Dire's just gonna be fine. Full Assault Cuirass onto your Centaur Warrunner. Now, if he, I actually want to stop looking at this Centaur and his item build. Let's look at the Lion has a nice 4-staff. Good item pickup on Lion. On any hero, really. 4-staff, best item in the game without a doubt. It's so good. Yeah, there's like nothing to talk about. Seriously, I guess Tide Hunter, he has cheese. Tide Hunter confirmed has some dick cheese. Forgot to wipe it off. Death Prophet. I guess she recently just picked up this Heart of Tarask, so that's pretty cool. 3,000 health. I mean, how do you even fight that? You don't. And this Pudge should use his Dismember. Just kidding. Pudge could buy Aghanim Scepter if he wanted to. He will. I was right. So that's a big item pickup onto Pudge. Reduces the cooldown of Hook from, I think, yeah, it's 11 seconds all the way down to 4 seconds. So very, very good item. The Radiant, they just grouped up for the kicks and giggles, or yeah, I think. Nah, I thought they might have been smoking, but they are not. This is a drug-free zone, and they do not smoke. Sentry comes out, and they realize they're under vision. So I think one more push either way could win. I mean, the Radiant, they're not under farmed. They can easily push this high ground. It's just they mess up every time. Instead of slow sieging it like they should, the Lifestealer just runs in and dies every time, and then the Death Prophet's like, oh hey, I can't really 1v5, and then he ends up dying. That's how it usually goes. They have the tools, they have the ults, they have everything to push high ground. It's just bad coordination. But I'm hoping they can get it on this next time. Hopefully they can be successful for once. But there is another Roche. It just depends if the Dire spots this one out this time. Nice little green aura of healing. Keep everybody healthy. Now here comes Fudge. How's the Shiva's guard? Oh, they know he's in there. They know they're in there. Tidehunter does have ultimate there. All teams have all their ultimates. Roche is very, very low. And they're gonna try and take it real quick. But here comes Lifestealer. He blinked right in, but Static Storm catches Centaur on the back line, so that's not gonna do much. Rockies drop onto 2. Ravage comes out and also hits 2, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know. BKB coming out from the Ursa, and they're just melting this Lifestealer who picked up the Roche Aegis thing. But then Tidehunter is going to be the next to drop. Everybody's just in the middle of the pit. Ursa uses his ultimate, and he wants to get a kill, but he's just so slow. Might be able to pick up Lifestealer here. Lifestealer going to drop maybe for the second time. Yes, and now... Oh, Death Prophet is caught in the middle between 4 dire heroes, and he's just going to walk out of it because he can. His ultimate's still going off, and he's healing off of it. And he might be able to just walk out of this. Nope! Here's the hook. Gone fishing. Promike's going to pay for it. No, he's... Well, he does. He dies, but he commits suicide in the most self-righteous way possible. So, I mean, I guess that's a 1-5 for the Dire. They get a few kills. I think they... Did they lose Roche? Lifestealer picked it up, but... I don't know if... Yeah. Yeah, they did pick it up. They did kill Roche, because if it would have been a Dire kill on Roche, it would have said Lifestealer snatched it. So, Radiant, they got a kill onto the Pudge. No, it was a committed suicide. Yeah, that was a 1-5 for Dire. What am I saying, man? They got the kill. They burnt the Aegis and killed all 3 cores. Yeah, it was fine. That was good. Yeah, that hook by Pudge, he might have died because of it, but he might have won the game because of it. Because Death Prophet's still out of the game for 20 seconds. They might be able to get a tower. Just depends, really. Though, a buyback with 20 seconds left? Are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, probably not. Warlock gonna be the sacrificial lamb, it seems. Yep. Unfortunate. Another thing that I want to mention, that Warlock ult was pretty sweet too. I like that. It looked like it did a lot of work. So I approve. So the Centaur with 3,500 gold. Hopefully he makes me proud. Buy a heart. Buy a pipe. Buy a force staff. But don't buy anything else other than those. Please. Actually, you can buy an Aghanim Scepter if you want. But just do whatever. Do whatever you want. Actually, spot them out. There's some pings. Did they have like a ward? Yeah, they do have a ward up there. So they know that the Centaur is lurking in the area. They might... I don't think they saw him right there walking by, but they might have. Pudge, he really does like just hooking those range creeps. Ursa, he's really 6-slotted right now. Not sure what else he would trade his thing for. I think he'd probably just want to get Boots of Travels and maybe trade out Vlad's for something. But Lifestealer really is crucial. I wonder if you did take out Vlad's, it'd probably be like MKB, honestly. Yeah. That'd be pretty good. They see the Radiance mid from the creep wave, and they're going to be making their way over there. They're all smoked up. They might know about this. The hook comes out, gets the Witch Doctor. That's going to be a nice little pickup. Start this fight off 4v5. Stun goes out onto 2 over there. Death Prophet split it away from the team. There's the Ravage. Onto 4. There's a Static Storm. Onto 2. Just BKB's out of it, though. He's looking to kill somebody, but he can't find anybody. He spots out the Tidehunter, and then he's going to get glimpsed back. And he finds the Death Prophet. He's going to use the Yule Scepter. Not much. This is a really combobulated fight. Discombobulated fight, man. They're everywhere. And Centaur, he's just going to walk away. Lifestealer just doesn't want to kill Centaur for some reason. Might pay for it later on. Ursa, he's in a world of pain. He might be able to turn around. I don't know. He's already used his ultimate, so I don't think he has much health left in him. No, he does not. But Pudge, he looks like he has some life left in him. Gets a kill onto Tidehunter, but his friend Centaur dies, and so will he. Yep, he will. Well, if you got your buyback, pull it out. Centaur already uses his just to put it on cooldown. Wait, how do I? Yeah, the buybacks. Ursa could buy back, and Pudge could buy. Actually, everybody could buy back if they needed to. But Lion and Warlock are already up, and they really can't push. They already used Exorcism, but they'll have it back in 20 seconds. So. Yeah, that was. Excuse me. I don't know why I yawned. Yeah, that fight was just all over the place. Can't really. It was hard to even talk about because the person you were staying on was just like wasn't even doing anything. But in the end, I guess the Radiant won that fight, but they weren't able to accomplish anything, so it's almost like they didn't even win a fight. I guess the only thing that they got out of it was a Centaur buyback. So, pretty good finals game, eh? So Ursa is apparently a Canadian player, and it's a sad face and then a plus. So I'm gonna guess this guy's like Puerto Rican, and then that witch doctor, he's pretty unhappy, so he'd have to be Canadian. And then I don't even know. I don't know. But they smoke up again. Hoping to do another thing. Another disconnect and another pause in a replay. Yeah, I just do not understand it. Oh, now Centaur disconnected. What's going on here? Yeah, this is a family-friendly YouTube channel. Thank you. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Apparently, they're just waiting around, waiting for the end. So before we go into this, let's just talk about positioning. So you got your dire lineup. Can I write on this? No, can I? No, I can't write on the map like a coach can. But you got your dire line up here. They're all smoked up. You got your smoke at a seat. Yeah, and they're all grouped together. They're ready to go in. They have all their ultimates up. You see all these green diamonds signaling that it's up. Can this pause, like, seriously? I don't want to skip because it looks like there's about to be a fight, and I don't want to skip too far. And then, okay, he's back. We got your dire, and there's four all grouped up, and Lifestealer's a little bit farther away. So you know what could happen is they'll just like bump into each other, be 5v4, and then Lifestealer will pop in and be 5v5. But who knows? They're both G'ing. They want this game to get on its way. I mean, at 55 minutes, they really go. Stun onto 2, Death Prophet, and Disruptor. Disruptor just gets deleted immediately, and this Death Prophet also gets all and doesn't even get her ult off. This is crazy. And now Witch Doctor, he's getting beat up by golems, but that's not going to do much. Tidehunter died. I think that's courtesy of Pro Mike. Yes, I do believe. If I do say so myself. And now, Lifestealer, I don't know what he was trying to do, but he's just getting dismembered up, and that's going to be the end of his life, too. And just like that, no, not the hook was going to land, but it didn't. So they killed the Death Prophet, and Death Prophet doesn't have buyback, and Lifestealer doesn't have buyback. So they're both dead for a good amount of time, at least a minute. And Pro Mike is just having fun. Kills off the Witch Doctor, wants to dive for more. This is just it. After minutes, it felt like ever since like 25 minutes or at least like 30 minutes, they were just pushing high ground. Like one team would push high ground and fail, and the other one would push and then fail, and then they had like this even flow, give and take, yin and yang for like 20 minutes until finally the Dire team broke the straw on the camel's back, whatever the saying is, and they picked it up. Z-Man fan club. I think that's like George Zimmerman. You know, what's the term? Can't simmer the Zimmer. You know, keep that in mind, kid. Uh, the courts thought he was innocent, so I guess he was. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.